Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and I decided to try to get an early morning flight to see what we could see and to hopefully also get some sunrise footage. Basically, there's a loose screw behind the drone, and the drone lost its login, and I was unable to reconnect to my DJI account, and therefore the drone was limited in height and distance from the takeoff location. So kind of an epic fail. I got up at 4:20 in the morning on Saturday, October 18th, and I'm bringing you what I could gather, the flight I could take. But again, it was absolutely not what I expected, and I was unable to circumnavigate or go. I think I was much higher than 150 feet, maybe not even that high, and then I could only go so far away from the takeoff location. So apologize for that, but we do get some good looks inside the Giga Semi factory, and many of you will probably see things that I don't necessarily catch. I am viewing this for only like the second time as I do the voiceover, and there are some very sharp eyes out there that, especially on YouTube, will come in and post comments explaining what we're seeing. Suffice to say, there's a lot of action going on inside. One of the things that I noticed is they've unwrapped and are bringing in the Jayco paint shop equipment. Taking a look along with you to see what I can see. See a worker walking along. It's about 6:30 in the morning, maybe 6:15. Like I said, got there before sunrise, so that I could get these shots, and by the end of the video, it'll be much lighter than it is now. So trying to see what's going on over there at the mega chargers, but I couldn't do it. Didn't have the range. But basically all we got was the southern perimeter of the building. There's a vehicle parked in there, a couple vehicles. Like I said, I made a production forecast on my last video, and nothing I see today changes my mind that it's a good 3 more months before they start prototype or initial pilot production on this assembly line. See a telehandler in there, whole lot of equipment. God, I really wanted to get over to the hoping the door was open in the stamping section so we could see what was going on with the stamping machine. But I could not. It looked to me as it gets lighter, and I probably should bite my tongue until we get there, but it does look like they're starting to put some of the ventilation equipment for the paint shop, for the paint area, and at least one of the paint areas is going to be on the northwest corner. There's the BFD, big freaking door, and you can see some of that paint, some of that Jayco paint equipment, paint ventilation equipment. To me, it looks like that's what's right there on the right. What's in the background, your guess is as good as mine. This is coming back to the truck to see if I could resolve the login error, but I could not for a variety of reasons. One being that, like I said, loose screw behind that drone operator, but also unable to connect to Wi-Fi, which is another issue with my phone. The hotspot wasn't working. So there's a look around. That is the sun coming up in the background. That's the newest entrance to Gigafactory 1 and Gigasemi. You can see that the sun's already started to come up from my earlier flight. A lot of that paint shop equipment is outside right there, and a lot of equipment still to be brought in. It does give us a good look at the sunrise in the high Nevada desert. The surrounding area is about 4,000 feet. The entire Nevada plateau, northern Nevada plateau, is 4,000 feet ish. All that equipment right there has been there for quite a while. You can see some interior walls have been constructed and blocking off this area, and then some of those vents. So that may in fact answer one of the riddles of where the paint shop is going to be. Having it over in this northwest corner may make sense, and I don't know if that explains why all that equipment is at the along the western wall. Of course, I can't go show it to you right now, but if you've been following along, you know there's a bunch of chillers over on that side of the building, and some large tanks, possibly having to do with solvent for the dip tank before they paint. Those are some interesting structures right there. Those were not there last time. Similar beams. I wouldn't say they're necessarily bridge crane related. Well, they're not bridge cranes, but they may be bridge crane related, or just assembly line automation channels. Here's where you can see the completion of the guardrails that they put in for the Tesla Semi test track. Interestingly enough, they put parking stripes there. So when the Tesla Semi runs down that lane, there'll be cars parked there. Kind of a little bit surprising. finally taking a look around, looking specifically at the roof to see if we can see any new equipment, and just getting a nice look around. Again, this was something of a aborted attempt compared to what I wanted to bring you. So I do apologize for that. I don't know, perhaps I'll ask for another, or perhaps I'll come out tomorrow morning and try again. I have successfully resolved the login issue once I got home, so that part is fixed. In the background right there, you can kind of see some of that white channeling equipment that we saw out front a moment ago. As always, I'd like to thank you, any new viewers and my faithful viewers for watching and for your support. And that's it for today's GigaSemi drone video. Thanks.